Hey Champs and Chums fans, it's Anthony here.
And Ashton.
Hey Ashton, where are we right now?
We are in our home, and we are in the room beside our kitchen.
Comfy, cozy home. We've kind of got a little makeshift set here. Thanks everybody for watching for this inaugural and debut edition of Facebook Live, Champs and Chums version. It's so great to have you on here for this test. We appreciate the questions that have come in. We appreciate the support and the interest. And Ashton, tell the listeners and the viewers at home why we wanted to do something like this.
Well,
Feel Good Friday, by the way, too. Happy Feel Good Friday, everybody.
Well, we want to for all the listeners, we want to put a smile on their face for Friday, because I know you're at home and you have to quarantine, and we just want to put a smile on everyone's face.
Oh, that's really nice of you. You know, whatever small bits people can do during this difficult time is so important right now. And Ashton, what nice words. It's Feel Good Friday. Just a shout out off the top. We know it's been a difficult time for everybody. Whether you're staying inside, everybody, as you said, Ashton, you're physical distancing, social distancing. It's been a bit tough, but we felt really inspired to try this and to do it for a good cause as well too. Whatever little part we can do to contribute, like all of you have, to, I guess, spreading some positivity in a world right now which is very, very different. We mentioned it actually on episode 7, Ashton, how people, I guess when you see all that news and you read the paper, you look at your social feed, there's just, you feel kind of defeated. So in a very small way, we thought we could just try to lift some spirits. As you said, I love what you just said, put a smile on people's face. So we're having this first Champs and Chums edition on Facebook Live. So glad you're with us. And Ashton, we've got a little bit of a charitable tie to this as well too. So we're going to, thanks so much for sharing the questions to our family and friends with us. We'll go through a few of them today, probably on for about a half hour or so. So settle in, and thanks for joining us. And the charity that we're going to be supporting is the Peel Family Shelter. How ironic that we're actually talking about a food shelter here in our local community of Brampton Peel, when today there was just a tremendous level of investment by the federal government to support food banks right across this country. So needed right now. And we just, in a very small way, we're going to make a donation, and we just hope, as you said, Ashton, put a smile on some people's faces that need it the most. So happy Feel Good Friday. All right, so for the show, we're going to go through some of your great questions. You might have some that you might want to type in as well too. We're trying to make technology work here on the inaugural edition of Champs and Chums Facebook Live. Ashton, we've got kind of our, and we talked about this a little bit in one of our previous videos, we've kind of got a sports shrine here, and we kind of thought, viewers at home, it would be important to do a little bit of a social sports share. So we've got some items that's kind of got some real nice meaning for us from a sports end, so we're going to get into that over the course of the show. And Ashton, maybe you can just give the viewers at home a little bit of sense of, like, what are the different kind of things that they're going to see us kind of pop up out of this treasure chest of sports paraphernalia. What are they going to see?
They might see bobbleheads, they might see trophies, they might see souvenirs, they might see baseball gloves.
You got it. We got quite a shrine going here of sports stuff, everybody. So bear with us as we go through it. So, well, actually, let's get into that right now. So let's actually pull up one of the first items you want to show everybody on this social sports share here on Champs and Chums. Show it to the camera.
This was my first ever soccer jersey.
Wow, that definitely can't fit father. But yeah, so why don't you, and it can't fit you either. So why don't you tell a little bit about, because this was the first time you ever played soccer. I think you were 4 years old when you played, and tell them a little bit about Little Kickers.
I mean, it was a fun and entertaining soccer drills and skills. Were you the coach actually?
I wasn't the coach of that one. Well, a little later on the show, we'll show you another Jersey fans at home when I was the coach. But yeah, Little Kickers was a great start. And your chum Olivia actually was on Little Kickers too. Shout out to Olivia and family, friends of the show. So it was great to have Olivia part of that too, wasn't it?
Yep.
Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay, well, listen, we got a hat full of questions here. We're going to get to them. So, Ashton, you draw one here, and then we're going to read it on the air. Let's see.
It says, is Kawhi Leonard the best Raptor ever?
Is Kawhi Leonard the best Raptor ever? Thanks, Vince, for your question. Great question, by the way. I know you're a basketball fan, too. So, Ashton, let's start with you. Why, or do you think that Kawhi Leonard is the greatest Raptor ever?
Well, I mean, he's not on the team anymore, but when he was on the Raptors, he still believed in himself and he made it.
Yeah, he sure did. Yeah, he believed in himself, and a lot of people believed in him. And, to answer Vince's question, I think arguably he is the greatest Raptor ever. He had a small sample size, but what he did in that short period of time was nothing short of champs and chums material. That was championship, literally, what he did for the city. He brimmed with confidence. He had skills of like no other. I mean, not only was his defensive play good, but his offense, and of course, who can forget that buzzer-beating shot? Now, Ashton, why don't you tell the viewers at home? You lived that sports moment, that champs and chums moment. So tell the viewers at home a little bit about that.
So I went to that game, and I got this card.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff. We go into the treasure chest here, folks, on the first edition of Facebook Live. Yeah. So have a seat, and we'll show them. Yeah.
So this is the first card I got.
We'll just show the viewers on the screen a little bit so they can see. There you go.
The second.
Oh, he's sneaking around here, folks, in this treasure chest of social sports time here on Facebook Live. Yep.
And this is the one that we took as a family.
Oh, that's very nice. And thanks to Mom as well, too, who's on the other side of the controls. So to answer your question, we both think that Kawhi Leonard actually was arguably the greatest Raptors ever. So good stuff, and what a fun time. What did it mean for you to be in the arena for probably one of the greatest sports moments of Canadian history? What did it mean for you?
I mean, it meant a lot. It was Mother's Day, and that was my mom's surprise.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Okay, good stuff. Well, we're going to move on here in our sports social share. This is a pretty beaten up Blue Jays baseball cap here, ladies and gentlemen. I've had this for quite a while. It's traveled through the continent, a few countries, but it traveled to Buffalo. And if you can see here, just as I clean it up a little bit, you'll see two autographs here. So Ashton, you tell them the story when we went to the Buffalo Bisons game, and I'll unveil these Super Blue Jays, but you tell them about the Bisons game.
So one Bisons game, the two Blue Jays players were there, and we got their autographs.
That's right, and the two Blue Jay players, sports fans at home, especially those of my vintage, Dwayne Ward and Devon White. Devo and Wardo, great guys, great champs and chums. They were putting in the work. So we had an opportunity to meet them, and they signed my Blue Jay hat. So there's another one that came out of the sports shelf. And Ashton, let's get to another question. Thank you so much for out there. Another question. All right, here we go. What's the question?
Who is better in...
Oh, you know what? It's Dad's handwriting, typical. But shout out to a friend of the show, Arjun, and his great family for their question. Arjun wants to know who is better in his prime, Ashton. Is it Michael Jordan, or LeBron James? Great question.
I think it's LeBron.
It's LeBron. Now, why do you think LeBron was the best in his prime?
Well, I mean, he but Michael Jordan's retired, and
Yeah.
LeBron's still playing, so that's why I would pick LeBron, because he's still playing.
You're probably right. His legacy's not over yet. You're certainly right about that. Great question, Arjun. We're going to talk about Arjun in a sec, but my answer on this one too is also LeBron, and I'll tell you why. LeBron has won multiple championships, but he's done that with different teams. He won with the Cleveland Cavaliers. He won with the Miami Heat. And he also won with the, I'm blanking on it right now.
LA Lakers.
Oh, not LA Lakers, the Cleveland Cavs, Miami Heat, and Dad's blanking on right now in live television, but it'll come back to me, not to worry. But anyways, he's won multiple championships, and when you do that with different teams, actually it means a lot, right? So, because he's had to play with different players. So my bet, and great question, Arjun. Now, why don't you say hi to Arjun, and he's probably watching the show right now, and tell the listeners at home, the viewers at home, a little bit about Arjun.
Hi, Arjun. So Arjun is my friend. I knew him since I've went to, I think, kindergarten.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, shout out to Arjun and Sonam, friends of the show. Good stuff. So what else are we going to share here now in our sports paraphernalia? Your turn.
I want to share...
Got some pretty nice tales to tell here from the Chums and Chums end. Oh, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, put it up on the screen there. Yes, so everybody can see it. You want me to hold it up for you? There you go. So Ashton, tell the viewers at home about this. What's the story behind this?
So, my team was in the finals. Unfortunately, we lost, but we got silver again. And I won the sportsmanship award, and someone else won the MVP award. But I'm so happy that I won a trophy and a medal.
And you guys were actually finalists. So you guys were finalists there, right? Good job. Finalists at Jump Basketball, and shout out to Rishi and Coach Christian and Ahmed and all the great people there. They do a really good job. And tell the viewers at home what you've learned. What have you learned with Jump Basketball?
I've learned not to travel and double dribble a lot.
Yeah, all the technical skills for sure. But one of the great things, and we talked about it on all of our 7 episodes, is what you learn on the field and on the court is one thing, but what you learn about the sport and through the great mentors and core coaches around you is something else. Like, these guys have taught you some great values and lessons that you have taken with you. Can you name some of them?
Dribbling and shooting and passing.
Yeah, teamwork. You got a great team. You want to talk about the team that you're on?
I'm on the red team, and we've been second place winners we've been 2-time second winners, hashtag silver winners.
Hashtag silver winners, good stuff. You kind of got the social handle stuff going on. He's better than me, ladies and gentlemen. But you know what I was saying about this is sportsmanship is a great thing. And we've talked about it on our episodes. It's like, having commitment, dedication, working together as a team, and living the values of good play and fair play and competition and doing the best that you can. It's all so very important right now. So congratulations on that one, man. Good stuff. All right, we're going to go to another question. Let's go to another question here on the debut edition. You're watching Champs and Chums Facebook Live. It's Anthony and Ashton. And Ashton, you got another question here.
Is it Michael or Mike?
It's Michael. Yeah. Michael, one of our fans on Twitter. Yeah. Oh, this one I had, again, it's Dad's writing because I'm taking this all in. So, Michael wants to know, who's the greatest golfer of all time? What do you think, Ashton?
I don't know any golfers, but
Well, you actually talked about one on Chams and Chums. I believe it was...
Tiger Woods.
You got it, Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods. Now, what do you think about Tiger Woods? You're a little young to kind of remember when he was in his prime, but what about Tiger Woods?
He worked hard and to get that championship, and
Multiple ones at that, yeah.
And I think he practiced like a lot in his house.
Definitely. Always putting in the work, Tiger Woods. See, as a little boy, I remember his coach, his mentor, his father actually, Earl Woods, was very, very involved in helping Tiger make that step to championship moments. So that's a great, actually, father-son story about what Earl Woods and Tiger Woods did together to reach his championship glory. And I mean, I agree, Michael, for the question, or for the answer about Tiger Woods, Ashton, because, I feel like Tiger Woods transcended the game, right? He brought power to the game, right? He transcended, obviously, things such as even ethnicity, right? And raised the levels of awareness for people who are African American and those around the world, that they could play this game too, and they could play it very differently, a different game, and still be ultra successful. So thanks for the question. All right, how about another one here, Ashton?
Okay.
How about this one here? Because
I think I know which one.
This one here, and I'm going to pull this one here because this one means a lot to me. How about this one? How about we try this one here? Because we got a lot of Leaf fans on Facebook for sure. Well, I don't know if that's going to fit, Ashton.
Let's just see.
Okay.
Fits half of my body.
Fits half of your body. Okay. Well, so Ashton, you might not know this, but this, as you know, everybody, I worked for the Toronto Maple Leafs, had the privilege of working for this wonderful sports franchise for 3.5 years. It was the first job that I had coming out of university, and I've been a big Leaf fan. In fact, if you probably stuck a needle in me right now, I would bleed blue, actually. So this meant a lot to me because actually, Ashton, this was your first ever Halloween costume. You were, I think, Mom shaking her head in the background there. He was I think 7 months old. And shout out to one of my great chums, Pat, who helped arrange this for me, and I really appreciate it. And I don't think it's going to fit you anymore, but that maple leaf sure does look good on your chest. All right, we'll keep this moving here on Champs and Chums. We got another question. Looking at the clock here too. All
I'm
right.
gonna pick one.
Oh, okay, you go. All right.
I'm gonna pick.
You like the Blue Jay hat too that we got? All right.
It's from Isaac.
Isaac, another friend of the show. Thanks, Isaac.
Why does Kyle Lowry fall so much?
So the question from Isaac. Isaac, thanks for watching and your family. Isaac wants to know why does Kyle Lowry fall so much? That's interesting. I don't know this one. So I'm going to actually have to defer to my chum over here to my right. So Ashton, why does Kyle Lowry fall so much?
Because I think he wants to get if he wants to get fouls, like free throws, so he can get more points for his team.
Oh, so it's kind of a little bit of gamesmanship then. He's kind of like purposefully.
Because in the an All-Star game, he got pushed by James Harden and he got a foul. So.
Well, okay. Well, so that's a great question, Isaac. From North Philly to your city, Kyle Lowry, great Raptor. In fact, if you listen to episode 7, that is Ashton's champ of episode 7 as well too. So if you haven't listened to it, a great episode 7 of Champs and Chums. Okay, good stuff. Now, I think it's Dad's turn, right? So I'm going to, let's see.
I think I know which one you should do.
Well, you know what? I'm actually, just because we're running a little bit short on time, I'm going to how about all of these? So all of
One
these.
more.
Oh, well, you
I'll
grab.
hold
Yeah,
it.
you grab a couple.
And
Well, those ones there we'll actually show in a bit. But these ones here, everybody. So I know a lot of you are sports fans out there, and we are ultra sports fans because every time we go to a baseball game, Ashton, you know, you and Dad make sure we get there early, when the gates open. In fact, right? So if it's a 3 o'clock Blue Jay game, Ashton and I are there at like 1 o'clock, right? So when the gates open,
I think like 2:30.
oh, well, something like that. If it's a 4 o'clock game, for sure. But anyways, ladies and gentlemen, we go and we watch batting practice, right? So these are official Major League Baseballs. We'll show everybody here. Signed by some of the players. I think those are some of the Kansas City Royals. This is some of the Texas Rangers. You can see it's all scuffed up. And these, Ashton, are from the Buffalo Bisons. So we go there again. If you haven't done it already, I highly suggest don't just show up to the game when it starts. Show up to the game early, take it in. Like, what do you feel like, Ashton, when you actually get to the ballpark early and see some of the stuff like batting practice and stuff happen? Well, tell the fans at home a little bit about that.
I feel like that I can get an advantage to like sign one of my balls and get balls.
And it's a little tough sometimes for sure, but anyways, great stuff. So we're going to move on, and we're going to take another question. So on Champs and Chums, let's do another question here. Thanks for watching, everybody. We really appreciate it. It's Feel Good Friday here on Friday night here in our place of Brampton. Hope you're comfortable and safe and everybody's healthy. And Ashton's got a next question. Oh yeah, one of our Instagram messages. Yeah, yeah. Thanks for the question, Chad. Will the NHL play again this season? What do you think, Ashton? Will the NHL play again this season?
From my perspective, I don't actually know because of this COVID, I don't really know if they're gonna open the hockey or not.
You're right. I mean, I guess his question was more along the lines, do we think it's going to happen? I think, I mean, anything that's being done in business, sports, and life right now, it's all predicated on how the health officials see and the government see to best manage this. And we put those elected officials in power. We have those great minds and thinking about what's best from a health and wellness end, so we're guided by that. So I think it's really difficult, although I've been hearing, Chad, that there's been some thought about maybe having the season go into like August. Now, what that would do in terms of jeopardizing perhaps the start of training camp for the 2021 season, Ashton, that might be interesting. So it's going to be a really compressed schedule. I don't know if that's going to mean that they're going to have to actually just go right from the regular season or make it very abbreviated right into playoffs, right? So anyhow, we do hope that gets sorted out, not only just for the NHL, but also for all the major sports, right? Like, I think just before coming on with you here too, I had trouble getting Ashton in the chair because apparently, tell the viewers at home what's going on. There's some kind of like NBA 2K kind of competition between the players. Tell the viewers at home.
So basically on the TV,
yeah.
I watched this and it was NBA players in quarantine playing NBA 2K20.
Yeah.
Playing NBA 2K20 against each other to have some fun.
That's right. I think it's for charity as well too, right? So great, good on those guys. I think you were watching Kevin Durant against who? Trey Young or something like that, wasn't it?
It was Derek Jones Jr.
Derek Jones Jr. So shout out to those guys. I'm sure they're busy right now. But anyway, so let's get to something else here in the treasure chest. Let's move back to basketball because you...
My turn, right?
Yeah, it is. So I'm going to bring some stuff out for you here in our treasure chest. Why don't we go with these?
I know.
Yeah. Let's. He's gonna reach in to tell the dates on something here.
Oof.
Live television here.
This is
So
2019.
have a seat here so the listeners can see. Yeah. All right. So what are you going to share with them?
this calendar for the 2019 NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's really good.
And inside it shows this.
There's Serge Ibaka. Shout out to Serge. He's been doing a lot of things on his socials just to kind of connect with people, making everybody feel good, which is great. So lots of there. Pascal Siakam, Spicy P. You had a chance to meet him. And what do we got here? Oh, Freddie Van Vliet as well too. Good stuff. All right. So that is our championship team. And then actually, let's show the viewers at home, because this one here actually was an autograph that dear old Dad got from you. It was at the Raptors 905, and if you haven't heard already, we're big Raptors 905 fans, so shout out to the 905. But what autographs did you get there?
I got Chris Boucher's autograph.
Yeah, so Chris Boucher, Raptor forward, great stuff. Yeah.
And I think it's like Malcolm Miller.
Malcolm Miller. So thanks, guys, for signing that. We had a great time at that. And then also the 905 as well, too. You had some meet and greets with some of the players there. So that one looks like Nicholas Bear.
Yep.
And what do you got over here?
Let's see.
Paul
That.
Watson. Dwayne Notice, actually.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, Dwayne Notice, actually, who recently signed with the Hamilton Honey Badgers. Shout out to my chum, John, who is heading up that good crew. Some great basketball that's scheduled to happen in the Hammertown for the summer. Okay, let's get back. Just looking at the clock here. We got to get us through as much as we can.
I'm gonna pick.
All right, here we go.
I'm gonna pick this.
Keep
Okay,
going.
I'm
Yep.
gonna pick this one.
All right, next question up here on, and thanks again everybody for forwarding your questions. Really appreciate it.
It's from
It's from Carolyn.
Carolyn.
Okay, Carolyn.
Thank you, Carolyn.
What's Carolyn's question?
name your favorite
Sports.
sports quote.
Okay,
I have
so
mine.
okay, well you go first, and then I'll go second.
It's work hard, play hard, success.
Now, who's that quote from?
Me.
It's from you, so it's your own quote. So everybody, Ashton's favorite sports quote, a life quote too: work hard, play hard, success. I think that's pretty simple, and it's pretty effective too. So good stuff. And Carolyn, good question. I mean, I think, boy, there's so many of them there. But, on Champs and Chums, we've always talked about putting the work in. And I believe it was Michael Jordan who said he really believes that if you put in the work, that good things will come. And I'm always motivated by that. But, geez, even like this Champs and Chums idea was Ashton and I last summer just sort of thinking about, Ashton, just what we could do. And I know you wanted to do a YouTube channel. Do you still want to do a YouTube channel?
Maybe.
Well, we'll see. It's all graduating, right? So we did this podcast, started truly from the ground up, just grassroots, and here we are, episode 7. Yet we're running a little short on time because we're really respectful of all our fans out there. So let's just do a few more, Ashton. Pick another one.
Okay. Take this one. It's from Alan.
Okay, Alan. Good stuff. Facebook fan, yeah. Let's see what he says. Can
Anderson?
Frederick, yeah.
Can Frederick Anderson win Leafs?
The Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
Great question, Alan. That's a great question.
But
what do you think, Ashton?
He's on injury right now. He had a concussion.
Yeah.
He hit the net and his head.
You're right. That seems so long ago now, fans at home. And then they had to make that trade for Jack Campbell. They also got the rugged and the tough and a great leader, Kyle Clifford. But you're right. So Anderson did have an injury. But I guess the question from Alan, who's one of our Facebook fans, wanted to know, will Anderson, can he be the guy? Is he the tender that's going to bring the Leafs to the promised land to win the Stanley Cup? What do you think?
I hope so, that he does it for his team.
Yeah.
I mean, have they won a Stanley Cup yet?
It's been a while. And for those at home, 1967 was the last time the Leafs won a Stanley Cup. So we're hopeful that they can make it with Frederik Andersen. And do I think, Alan? You know what? He's proven in the regular season, and he's played in some of those games, Game 7s. We of course remember against Boston the last couple years, and he's had a little tricky time. But I'm confident in Freddie Andersen because I love the way that guy. It's like nothing bothers him. Like he's like tough as metal mentally, and a lot of goaltenders have to have that. And he's still young. Remember when Lou Lamoriello signed him, he was a young goaltender, so he's still maturing too. So I have hope that Freddie Andersen can do it should they play NHL again this season. All right, let's share another thing from our Sports Champs and Chums treasure chest, and let's talk about this wonderful glove. Tell them who got it for you and what we've done with it since.
I think my Grandpa Guy gave it to me.
Shout out to Grandpa Guy, friend of the show. Thanks so much. And so, yeah, he got that for you, yeah. And what have you done with it since? Because you've really built a little wall of fame there of signatures.
So, as you can see, in here.
Yeah. Ball in there too, yeah. Good stuff.
And there's some signatures at the back.
Lots of great signatures, everybody. We'll just show you. So, Ashton, every time we go down to the ball yard, whether it be the Blue Jays or we go down to across the border, which I know you can't right now, but when we do get back there, we're going to get some more autographs on this wonderful glove. So thanks to a friend of the show, Grandpa Guy, for doing that. Ashton, we're just going to do a few more, just looking at the clock here. So let's do another one here.
Oh, I have two.
Okay, well then I'll read one and then you read the other. How's that?
Okay. This question is from Gillen.
It's from Jillian. Jillian, thanks for the question. Yeah. What's her question?
What does this say?
Yeah, Dad's writing again.
Can you tell me what it is?
Has there been a female sports owner or sports leader in a major North American sport?
Hockey.
Great question, Joe. There's definitely a lot of senior leaders in hockey right now, but I guess the ones that come to mind, there's many of them, and I think there's going to be more in terms of leadership. Both genders can bring it, right? The spirit, the energy, the strategy, the vision. I mean, look at Ashton, like in the NFL, the Buffalo Bills, Terry and Kim Pegula. They own the Buffalo Bills, and Kim Pegula is very involved in terms of the strategic direction of the Buffalo Bills. They've built an incredible sports entertainment empire. Jeannie Buss, who's the owner of the Los Angeles Lakers as well too, and who's since passed, but Marge Schott was the president and CEO of the Cincinnati Reds. So there is female leaders in sports. Thanks for the question, Jillian. And I believe there will be lots more as we go. All right, so let's get to another question here, Ashton. All right, this one is from Dave the Magic Man. Good stuff. Thanks, Dave, for your question. This is a trivia question here. We've never had a trivia question here. So, Magic, thanks for your question here for Ashton and I. What year did the Toronto Raptors first play?
1995.
Yes, I believe that's you. You got it. That's right. Who could forget that press conference, right? When Isaiah Thomas ripped himself out of there. They announced the general manager. He ripped through the Raptor, and the Raptors were born. And of course, a great chum of mine, John, who was instrumental in helping bring brass basketball to Canada with the Raptors. And yeah, so I mean, it all started there, right? And I've always told you too, have you ever watched the first ever Raptors game?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, we're going to have to do that. So that might be some weekend watching as we're all in quarantine, or not quarantine, or as we're all self-isolating right now and physical distancing. That would be actually a pretty fun thing to watch the Raptors play. They had a tough season the first season, but you know what? Bigger things to come as they prove for sure. Okay, everybody. Anything else you want to share just before? Oh, you're going to share this one here. So thanks for sticking with us, everybody. We got, we can. We got more things here, but we'll just keep it short. And this will be the last thing that you share with... All right. Now, when you have a seat, and this one's pretty important to... it's kind of nice that we're ending the show on this one, Ashton, because this was the first ever soccer club. I know you played with little kickers, but this was Chinguzi Soccer Club here in Brampton, a long-time club. And tell the listeners at home a little bit about this. And the viewers, sorry.
So, my dad was a coach, and we had an amazing team. We did
well, if you count the record of like 2-6, I think it was. Yeah, that was pretty amazing, right? Okay, yeah, keep going. That actually is more of a reflection on Dad as a coach, Ashton. The record of 2-6, but keep going.
And we were a good team. We did skills and drills, and yeah.
Yeah, we had a great team, and we had a lot of fun. And Ashton, you would have been 5 years old then, I think. I think you were 5. And this means a lot to me because as we talked about on episode 7 with my good chum, Mike, I played on the soccer fields as a young kid. And to have my son play for a team that I coach with the number 10, which was my favorite number, which actually is a Pele. That's the reason why I did it, everybody. It meant a lot to me. So, Ashton, I really appreciate that you took the time to join the team and you let your dad coach. How do you think I did, actually?
You did really good.
Oh, well, that's nice. That's really nice of you to say. But great way to end our first ever Facebook Live with this great memory. And thank you all for the questions. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all of them. But again, Feel Good Friday. We hope you're having a great time and a great with the program. We hope everybody's safe and healthy. And we just thought we could do a little bit to share. So as you say, Ashton, what did you say earlier in the show about putting a smile?
Put a smile on people's face.
You got it. All right. Well, that's it for us. So as we always say to close our episodes.
Can I sit?
Yeah, you take us away on this first episode or this first edition of Facebook Live.
Cheers to Chums, cheers to Chums, and cheers to an all-star day.
Thanks for listening.